Thanks for your support as a channel member, Justin Inakaitis. We started Season 3 in Australia with a double points finish, but it could have been so much more considering we started from pole position. We're heading to Bahrain and we're aiming for a podium. Hello folks and welcome to episode 41 of F2 and GP2 Champions Only with Haas. We're gearing up for the Bahrain Grand Prix. We've got Felipe Drugovich and Pierre Gasly at the wheel, and we are currently third in the Constructors' Championship after the first round. 4 points behind Aston Martin and already a significant distance behind Red Bull. However, let's have a look at the car performance analysis. I was just digging into this before recording, and look at the spread of the strengths. We have, I would say, a better car than Red Bull. I mean, just look at this. We're going to be very closely matched today, so they're still going to be a threat, and they've obviously got very good drivers in Max Verstappen and George Russell, but we can certainly take the fight to them. In terms of our car, we're developing third versions of front wing, rear wing and suspension. Are we manufacturing? We are. In fact, we have got a third version of underfloor available, so I think we go ahead and equip that to, in fact, Felipe Drugovich. Gasly did the last race with the old the first version of underfloor. I did not realise that. So I must have misclicked on something there before Australia. So only Drugovich had the only available second version of one of the two available versions of underfloor. That's a mishap on my part. We'll have no more of those this season, considering we look like we have a very fast car, and that is fantastic. Development wise, we can just go full ham on this season because we're not doing another season. We can just develop everything, I suppose, and we can keep bringing upgrades all the way to season end in Las Vegas. So yeah, it's going to be quite the season, I think. Let's get to Bahrain, get on the track and see where we can put the cars in qualifying. Major shock at the end of Q1. Melbourne race winner Max Verstappen out in qualifying one. What? No, this is not our Max Verstappen Last to Champion challenge. He's qualified 16th. He got traffic on both of his laps, and that is 3 Red Bull branded cars out in the first session. George Russell second. Drugovich was third fastest. We did our run very early. One run, we're through into Q2, and I'll join you in Q3 once we're there. But our pace looks legit. We are into Q3, just a single run on the used set of tyres, I might add. And that's enough to get us through. 29.0 from Gasly, 29.1 from Drugovich. You also notice Lewis Hamilton, conspicuous by his absence from the top 10. He is 11th. There he is. He's just behind my head. Sergio Perez also eliminated in Q2. 2 McLarens have made it. That's interesting in terms of their prospects. Our prospects look pretty good. Can we make it back-to-back poles? Let's find out. We've just done our first run, and Gasly has got himself into the 28s. A 28.7, 3/10 quicker than anything that's been done so far in qualifying. Drugovich, I think, got held up with a little bit of traffic, so he is 6.5 tenths off the pace. But we are mucho rapido at the moment. We've still got another run to do, so let's see how this all shakes out. But Gasly, currently, fastest everywhere. We're following George Russell's Red Bull. He's currently second fastest. He's 2 tenths slower than Pierre Gasly, who's at the back of this little train. And we've got the sector colours up. I'm essentially banking on Russell doing a decent lap and pulling us along with him through the straights of Bahrain's Sakir circuit. Drugovich, momentarily fastest of anybody, but Gasly has just beaten him. Are we about to lock out the front row with Haas? This would be absolutely incredible. Let's see what the middle sectors said. And Russell is about to split the timing now. He's not improving, but Drugovich and Gasly are just going faster and faster and faster. Drugovich is the car that we're watching, so technically we're not watching the pole position lap. Drugovich is probably about to go second quickest. Here he goes. He actually goes fastest, and Gasly immediately deposes him of pole position. There's not much in it though. Only 91 thousandths of a second. Wow, what a final effort from Drugovich. We've put 4 tenths on Russell with his help. It's now down to everybody else, which I don't think they're going to catch us. This is insane. Absolutely insane. Come on now. We've locked out the front row. Haas are absolutely irresistible right now. It's going to be an all Haas front row. We've had a number of pole positions throughout this series. Most of them with Nico Hülkenberg. But obviously Gasly stuck it on pole in Melbourne. And he's done exactly the same here in Bahrain. We are the team to beat right now. I didn't expect to be saying this in round 2 of season 3. But we could definitely win this race. And we might even have a championship challenge on our hands, which I did not expect. I thought we'd just be looking at a top 3. Obviously, we need to go and win the race now. But because we've saved tyres, we're in a great position to run 2 new sets of softs and a set of mediums, which is the perfect strategy around Bahrain. So let's put that together and get to the grid. So as you can see, soft, medium, soft for both drivers. Gasly is coming in a lap earlier than Drugovich on both occasions. And essentially, the plan is to lead 1-2 out of the first 3 corners and out of turn 4 really. Then don't fight, essentially. Pull away if we can. I'm expecting Russell to be quick in the race. And I think Leclerc is somewhere around there as well. But we've looked really, really fast. Let's go and win this race. Alright, well, I didn't think I'd ever see an all Haas front row. But here we are, 5 red lights. The lights around the race is on. Gasly moves to defend, and Russell's actually had a cracking start. He's going down the outside and taking the lead. That is a... Whoa! George Russell with an enormous send, and Gasly having to fight him off. Drugovich has dropped right back from this pair. Let's take an on-board look at what's happening. But it looks like the Gazman has secured the lead. We've returned to first and second here on lap 5. Drugovich blasting past Russell. We've managed to get Gasly out of DRS reach of the Red Bull. Now we can actually slow him down and give Drugovich that advantage, although it's 1.5 seconds that Gasly has pulled out in front. So that's not terrible. He could probably just drive off from here actually. Tyre-wise, on the strategy, Russell is on mediums, and so is Leclerc. So they'll be really fast in the middle stint of this race. So we probably do need to push with both drivers. We've got a yellow flag. Drugovich hasn't driven off the road. That's good. It's Sonoda. It's always Sonoda running wide, isn't it? So let's see if we can pull Drugovich clear of Russell. Gasly out in front, going along very, very nicely. All right, Pierre Gasly is coming to the pit lane for the first of his 2 stops. Alonso follows him in, so Drugovich now takes the lead. He is going to be brought in for a set of mediums as well. It's George Russell who's on his tail. We're going to save up some battery so that he's got that to deploy after his stop. We need a good clean stop here, please, chaps. And that looked okay to me. Alonso hasn't snuck ahead. It looks like he's probably a little bit closer, though. So we will deploy our battery, and actually Alonso, crucially, has come out behind Alex Albon. So we will push with Gasly to get him clear of Alonso. Drugovich on his way to the pit lane, fending off this angry train behind him of Russell, Hamilton and Stroll. Okay, update here on lap 25. That's Felipe Drugovich. He's down to 7th place at the moment. George Russell has got ahead of him. In fact, we should probably be looking at Pierre Gasly. He's under enormous pressure from Fernando Alonso. So we could probably do with deploying and attacking on the tyres. See if we can escape the Aston Martin's attentions. But I think that's going to be a little bit easier said than done. Although we are pulling away through this middle sector. Alonso will get DRS. But we are edging away from the Aston Martin, which is good news. We don't want any mistakes, please, Pierre, on the brakes. And Hamilton has now just got past Drugovich. So they're all on softs, although I think Hamilton's actually on mediums. So that is just a pure overtake. A lot of different strategies at play at the moment. Some people on softs, some people on mediums, some people haven't actually stopped yet. So that's Charles Leclerc moving ahead of Alonso. He could be a problem for us because he is on softs, but he will be going to mediums to finish the race, and we will be on softs by that point. That's a lot of tyre chat, and there's still a long way to go in this race. 30 laps remain. Leclerc is no longer a direct problem for us because he's dropping back on his wearing soft tyres. Gasly now leads George Russell by 1.3 seconds. The man from Kings Lynn closing the gap. Drugovich still 7th, fighting with Max Verstappen, who's making his way through from the back of the pack. He's on softs. Drugovich on mediums at the moment. I'm just going to keep hold of this battery for now and actually conserve a bit more fuel, just so that when we come out after our final stop, we don't have as much fuel saving to do, but we're still going to be quick when we need to be so. Happy with Drugovich's position. There's a lot of strategy yet to play out. We're going to be on softs. There'll be some people on mediums to the end, I think. Gasly now right under threat from Russell. And the Red Bull is on softs, so this is to be expected. I'm not worried right now because this will come back to us. Although we probably want some track position around Russell because I think we're fighting him for the victory today. Do they both go to the pit lane? No, we are going to be undercutting. Alonso's followed us in again. The big old copycat that he is, he's followed us in. Hopefully, we can get the job done in the pit lane and stay... No! Why? No! Oh! Pit stop error has cost us dearly. What was the issue? I think it was just they wanted to have a chat. Anything wrong? Tyres are all on. Everyone's happy. Oh, I mean, come on. Just let him go. It's done. The pit stop was done. And we're wheel to wheel with a Mercedes. We need to attack and we need to get moving and catch up. That's Leclerc coming through. He had a pit stop issue as well. Oh, that's far from ideal. Really not good. Alonso now is potentially in the net lead of this race. We need Gasly. He's up into 6th. We've got no battery, but we are blasting past with a double overtake here. We've got yellow flags out in Sector 1. Sainz has had a spin. Drugovich is on his way to the pit lane. Where is he? There he is. Russell's in. We're going to pop out behind Russell. That's almost certain. He's on his way out of the pit lane. There's our crew. We need better service for Felipe, please. Yeah, we get it. And we are... Yeah, we're quite a way behind. Alonso's on old tyres. We're only 3 seconds behind Russell at the moment. So if we deploy the battery, we can close the gap. Fernando Alonso has just made a very costly mistake. He's driven off the road and he drops back into the clutches of Charles Leclerc and Pierre Gasly. It's allowed Russell to sneak away a little bit. As you can see, he's a little bit further up the road. We need to make our way past this pair and then catch Russell. So it's not easy. We've got Pierre driving in clean air. Actually, what I'm going to do is get him to go standard on his tyres and harvest the battery. Alonso's quick at the moment, so he might drag us towards Russell. Is Hamilton going to the end? Hamilton might come into this, actually, because he's yet to stop, and he could go to the end. Drugovich is making good progress. We didn't actually deploy his battery. Let's do exactly that. He is closing in on Perez, who is 6.5 seconds behind Verstappen. But, you know, a top 5, top 6 for Drugovich would be very, very useful. Gasly still in play for the win. And we need to pass these two buffoons and then have a crack at Russell. This is Pierre Gasly taking 4th place from Charles Leclerc. And I know it says P3 there because he's immediately passed Fernando Alonso on the straight afterwards. So we are very much on the move right now. We won't show you that. It was just a straightforward DRS overtake. And we can now try and close down Russell, who has caught Hamilton. And we are now chasing Lewis Hamilton. But that is Alonso sticking his front wing in where it's not really wanted. Are we going past the Ferrari? It's going to be a big send on the brakes, and Gasly's up to the task. This could be a stunning overtake as Isaac Hadjar gets a penalty. Pierre Gasly with a sensational overtake. That was incredible. Let's see this off board. This was absolutely magical. Look how far back he is. Just so much later on the brakes, so much more grip. Hamilton's fair with him, doesn't run him off the road. And Gasly up into second, and the win is still on. Can we catch George Russell? Let's deploy some battery and see if we can do so. Drugovich is 7th and going fine. I mean, it's a competitive grid at the top of it, and Gasly is doing a wonderful job for us. We need him to close down Russell. He's pulling away from Hamilton, who's keeping the other lot at bay as well, which will do us the world of good in terms of catching Russell without anyone hounding us. And here we are. In fact, Drugovich has just overtaken Hamilton. Let's have a look at that. I don't think Gasly's going to make the move. Drugovich passing Hamilton. Actually, Hamilton had DRS. It's just pure grip. It's just more grip. Hamilton not able to brake as late. Also on a less optimal line. And Drugovich sweeps into 6th position. Gasly, I'm just going to get you to harvest some battery, mate, actually. We're going to sit behind Russell for a lap or so, ideally. And then we're going to snatch the lead and run away. That's the plan. Drugovich now up to P5. He's passed Alonso. This is going great guns for us. We need him to carry on doing what he's doing. We now have plenty of battery, which is always helpful. So we dropped back a little bit. We have actually dropped out of DRS range. That's not what you want to see with 3 laps to go. We need to attack on the tyres. We probably need to deploy the battery now. We're back to 1.2. Now our tyres are going to be a little bit less useful than they were before. We've had to work hard to get here, but now we're here. We need to make it count. Look, a 2nd place and a Haas, we're not going to complain about it, but we can absolutely win this race, and I definitely plan to. So we'll stick with George. We probably should do it on the final lap. We're going to leave it late here at Haas. We will look after the tyres for now. We're in a great position. We've got lots of battery. Drugovich, we probably need you to deploy your battery and try and pull away from Alonso. So here's the fight for the lead. We'll get Gasly to start driving in clean air in a moment. We'll get him attacking. He's going for the inside there. Get him attacking on the tyres now. And we will now start driving in clean air. We're still on rally defence, so I'm going to get him to go neutral on the defence. Let's drive in clean air. We'll harvest the battery into turn 1. So we have lots of battery. Russell moves to defend. It's quite aggressive, the swerve. Is Gasly going to find a way through? No, and he's not going to steam into the back of him either. So now we have loads of battery. Deploy the battery. Push the engine. Can we find a way into the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix? Gasly up the inside for the lead. Yes! Come on! Now we need to make sure we don't lose the lead on this final straight. We've just snuck in front. I think we're doing enough. Please, no, please don't. Please don't. Okay, I think we're all right. We should be fine from here. Drugovich has secured P5, I think. It's going to be a run to the line, but I think we're okay. All clean and tidy through the final corner. We missed out in Melbourne through the safety car, but Pierre Gasly gets the job done. We've won with Haas. The championship fight ignites. Oh, that was close. That was absolutely thrilling. Brilliant. Amazing. Amazing. Come on. Oh, Pierre, you absolute beauty. What did we just do? And Drugovich has come over the line for 5th. So, a fantastic weekend for Haas. Okay, we locked out the front row, but it's a competitive field at the front. So Drugovich can feel no shame with P5. He did a great job, really fantastic job. But Pierre Gasly has won the Bahrain Grand Prix, and we have our eyes set on the championship now. Well, there's the podium. Pierre Gasly stands atop of it. His third win in this universe. I think he led an Alpine 1-2 at the end of last season when we were busy mucking up. But yeah, look at that. Haas on top. That is our third victory with the team. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up simply because we won the race. Amazing. Fantastic scenes in the garage. We're winners again, and I truly think we can win this championship, because if you start off quickly and you keep developing the car, you will have a massive advantage at some point. We saw it in the Mercedes career, and we are outperforming our own expectations here, let alone everybody else's. We locked out the front row, and now we've won the race by just a quarter of a second ahead of George Russell. A phenomenal scrap between the pair. Drugovich actually got the fastest lap of the race, bonus point. Nice! Underscores our speed. I mean, let's be honest, we'd expect Russell, Leclerc and Verstappen to be here anyway, so Drugovich finishing fifth, really, that is no slight against him. He did a great job. So very, very pleased with that. Here's the Drivers' Championship. Gasly up into third, 2 points off the lead of Verstappen. The top three covered by 2 points. That is very, very interesting already. So George Russell with 2 second places to kick off the year. He'll be wondering what he needs to do to actually win this thing. But I'm on a bit of a high right now. Drugovich up to 6th with 17 points already. He's actually ahead of Leclerc and Alonso. He's matching Lewis Hamilton still. Amazing. Constructors' Championship, we move into 2nd place. Haas are smashing it. Absolutely fantastic. We've been on pole position for both races. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. What a start to Season 3. Well, like I said, go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe for more F1 Manager success just like that. We've got 13 races left with Haas. Let me know if you think we can win the championship, both championships this season. I think we can give it a right good go. I'll see you for the next round at Imola, I think it is. You're the best fans. It's bye for now.